What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, daily news, everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., the economy, money, investing, the stock market, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel here, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date with everything and the next stimulus package, as well as everything you need to know about. If you find these videos helpful, don't forget to smash the like button for us down below. President Biden just signed a new executive order today that is going to affect multiple branches of the government. He's set to meet with Senator Joe Manchin here today, as well as the stimulus package update we're going to have here for you. We got a lot going on here, so let's jump right in. Okay, number one, President Biden signs an executive order today that is going to affect multiple branches of the government, a quote, to improve customer experience when accessing government services. He says here on his Twitter account, from renewing passports to claiming retirement benefits, to Americans expect governments to be responsive to their needs. But too often, the experience falls short. That's why today I signed an executive order to improve government's service delivery to the people. An example would be when you call the IRS, you can literally wait on hold for an hour and then get hung up on. Yeah, the IRS's customer service has been absolutely abysmal. And when it comes to like changing your address for stimulus checks, it's kind of non-existent. They go with your address from your most recent tax return. Yeah, so they're trying to fix problems like that with this executive order, as well as renewing your passport, social security, address change, all sorts of different things here with this executive order. I'll get to some details here in a second. All sorts of different things that they're trying to change here when it comes to kind of the government and ease of use. We think about the IRS here. Yeah, it's not exactly pretty. Since taking office, President Biden has repeatedly emphasized his desire to show the government can work for its citizens. Monday's order is among the most concrete actions he has taken to seek to deliver on that pledge. During an Oval Office signing ceremony, Biden said that the order would ensure that the federal government, quote, puts people at the front of the line, and ticked off a few of the promised benefits, including using better technology to speed security lines at airports and making tax filing less cumbersome. He says, quote, I know it sounds like a simple thing, and I think it's pretty consequential. In a fact sheet released ahead of the signing, the White House detailed numerous other examples of interactions with government customers that can be improved through more online access and streamlining application processes. Quote, whether searching for vaccine safety information, claiming retirement benefits, receiving health insurance, passing through a security checkpoint, or checking the status of a farm loan application, Americans expect government services to be responsive to their needs, the fact sheet said. But too often, people have to navigate a tangled web of government websites, offices, and phone numbers to access the services they depend on. The executive order identifies 36 customer experiences across 17 federal agencies that can be improved. Wow. At a news briefing, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that the actions would take several months to implement. She too cited several examples, including, quote, making Social Security benefits easier to access online so retirees don't have to go into offices if they don't want to, saving them time and big headaches. Jen Psaki also noted that Americans would be allowed to renew passports online instead of having to print forms and pay with a paper check or money order. Many of the promised improvements involve new online tools. Biden is also pledging to overhaul USA.gov, the website, which the White House describes as a digital federal front door to access government services. The signing of the executive order comes as Biden's job approval numbers continue to sag as many Americans question his stewardship of the U.S. economy. And yeah, Biden's approval numbers hit an all time new low as this new poll has just found here. More than two-thirds of Americans, 69%, disapprove of how President Biden is handling inflation. Only 28% approve, with more than half, 57%, disapprove of how Biden is handling the economic recovery. Wow. Partisan splits for inflation show expected negativity in Republican views. 94% disapproving from Republicans. But the survey also reveals weaknesses from Biden's own party, with only a slim majority of Democrats approving 54%. Wow. Biden's orbit is also hemorrhaging independent voters, with 71% disapproving of his handling of inflation. And well, this comes as new inflation numbers have just hit a 39-year high, with new inflation numbers at 6.8% on a year-by-year average here in the United States. Inflation is literally affecting everything: gas, food, vegetables, cars, everything you can think of. Um, yeah, it's rough out there, and it's expected to go into 2022 as well. Gas prices are coming down a little bit. I've actually seen some comments from some people in Texas that's seen gas prices in the $2 range. Some people in a couple different areas are seeing gas reduce right now, and they're expected to see gas prices go down into January as well. The price is expected to go down to $3.01 into January as an estimate, but that's an estimate. So I did see some comments from some people say that the price is expected to continue to go down. So we will see. Going back to that executive order, they're also expected to be able to let you change your address for stimulus checks. I actually seen some comments just yesterday of somebody who just received stimulus check number 1 and 2. Yeah, believe it or not, people are still receiving stimulus checks 1 and 2 and 3. Um, yeah, believe it or not, people are still receiving those, especially stimulus check number 3. There's probably over 1 million people that have not received stimulus check number 3. The IRS has lots of problems. Tax return refunds are still being sent out. There's a lot of people that have not received their $10,200 unemployment tax break. That was for passed from the third stimulus check package, but retroactive, that made 2020 unemployment, the year for 2020, the first $10,200 of unemployment income tax free. And the IRS is still sending that out. So it's basically a refund check or stimulus check, whatever you want to call it, that made the first $10,200 of unemployment income tax free. So if you paid taxes on that for unemployment income, a lot of people are waiting on that refund check or that stimulus check, whatever you want to call it. It was passed by the third stimulus check package. That's why some people consider it a stimulus check or stimulus provision, whatever you want to call it. There's probably 1 million people still waiting on that as well. People are still waiting on tax refunds. People are still waiting on stimulus checks. Yeah, so that's why it's kind of a double-edged sword where they want to hire like 80,000 more IRS agents. It'll help with those kind of problems, but it'll also help with them auditing more people. Yeah, it'll also help with customer service at the IRS, because if you've had to call the IRS anytime recently, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's hit or miss. Sometimes you get through in a half an hour, but sometimes you wait an hour and then you get hung up on. You need a stiff drink after that one, because it's an absolute nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. So yeah, it's just they need a lot of work. They need a lot of help, and they want to hire 80,000 more people, which is good for jobs. It's good for jobs. It's not good if you get audited. But it's good if you need to get your tax refund back, your unemployment check back, or your unemployment refund check back, or if you're waiting on a stimulus check, or if you need to call the IRS for help or anything like that. Or it's good if you get hired, or if you have, just to help the economy out and get more jobs in there, and they're well-paying jobs too. They're government jobs with pensions, I assume, and stuff like that. Um, but it's a double-edged sword, right? Meanwhile, Senator Joe Manchin and President Biden are set to talk today as Democrats, as you can read here, are set to wrap up the $2 trillion spending package here. The Build Back Better package, the stimulus package, whatever you want to call it here. The West Virginia Democrat has expressed caution about the size and the scope of the spending package, as he is very concerned about inflation. President Biden really says that this is going to bring down inflation, as it's going to cut costs for millions of Americans. It's going to put money in people's pockets, child tax credits. It's going to reduce the cost of prescription drug pricing. It's going to reduce the cost of child care. It's going to reduce the cost of low income housing for millions of Americans, all sorts of things like that. But Joe Manchin is concerned about inflation, and well, that's why they're going to meet today here. But yeah, it's kind of a difference of opinion here, right? And I guess we'll see what Senator Joe Manchin has to say to President Biden and where we stand here. Joe Manchin on Monday signaled concerns about inflation and the cost of the Build Back Better plan ahead of a phone call today with President Biden. Quote, inflation is real. It's not transitory. This is what Joe Manchin said. It's alarming. It's going up, not down. And I think that should be something we're concerned about. And the geopolitical fallout, Manchin said, referring to Russia's buildup on the Ukrainian border. I don't think that has anything to do with the Build Back Better plan, but there is a lot going on here. I've reported to you guys the problems that we have right now with Russia and China. There's like 175,000 troops on the border of Russia and Ukraine, and President Biden just had a meeting with Putin, the Russian president, and the China president. We have problems going on right now with both those countries. It's a concern right now between both the countries, because I mean, we're just literally involved with both of them. And Biden has warned Putin, the Russian president, not to invade Ukraine. And if he does, that we're going to have sanctions against them. We may have to step in. Ukraine is kind of our ally, and the United Nations is warning them. We're part of the United Nations. And literally, President Biden gave him a stern warning not to do this. And Biden said something along the lines of, he made it very clear not to do it. So it'll be interesting to see if Putin does it anyways, and then what Biden does if he does do it. Yeah, so we kind of got some issues here with both Russia and China, and what might happen going forward. It's like we just pulled out of Afghanistan. One problem closes the door, and then there's two more problems presenting themselves. Yeah, well, welcome to 2022. But yeah, Manchin says, referring to the Russia's buildup on the Ukrainian border, that these are, quote, these are all concerns. The unknown right now is very, very great, Senator Joe Manchin added. Manchin's Monday phone call with President Biden comes as Senate Democrats want to pass the social and spending bill before Christmas. But in order to meet that deadline, Biden needs total unity from all 50 Senate Democrats. And Manchin hasn't committed to this timeline, noting that he doesn't control the floor schedule and hasn't yet said if he would vote to start debate on the spending legislation. Manchin was asked if he would tell Biden during their talk if he wanted to pass the bill this year. And Manchin said, quote, "I know people have been in a hurry for a long time to do something, but basically I think we're seeing things unfold that allows us to prepare better." So basically he sidestepped the question. Manchin added on Monday that the new economic inflation data was, quote, "very sobering." Manchin says, quote, "We're going to talk about exactly what happened on Friday with the inflation data and with the CBO score, the Congressional Budget Office, and the inflation reports and all those sorts of things," he said about his phone call with President Biden. The U.S. Senate is set to vote tomorrow on raising the government debt limit as well. Yeah, check this out. The U.S. Senate will vote on Tuesday, tomorrow, to raise the federal government's $28.9 trillion debt limit to avoid an unprecedented default. Tomorrow is December 14th. Cutting it down to the wire here. Remember, December 15th was the estimated potential X date. Wow. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said on Monday, quote, "The Senate will act tomorrow to prevent default," Chuck Schumer said here in a speech. Senate Republicans had resisted on the debt ceiling for months, and they're now set to vote on this tomorrow here, potentially in the last vote, I think this is. The specific dollar amount for increasing the debt has not yet been disclosed, but it's expected to be in the range of $2 to $3 trillion, and it is expected to go till at least November 2022, which is past the next midterm elections when the House and the Senate are up for re-election. So those numbers have not yet been disclosed, but that is what we are expecting. That is what we're expecting. So not quite a year, or maybe a year, but that is what we are expecting. So yeah, they're literally going to vote on it with less than 24 hours. In today's episode of You Can't Make This Stuff Up. Isn't that sad? Kind of makes me sick to my stomach, right? Now, at least we didn't default, right? Or not yet. I'm kind of queasy just thinking about it. But let me know your thoughts here. I'm going to keep you up to date here on everything. This final vote on the debt limit, everything going forward here, the stimulus package, Social Security raises, everything else. Also, the What's in the Box contest. We're going to be giving away a total of $2,000 here, and it's going to start this week. For our viewers. So let me know your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos. New videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click here to watch my newest video next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.